Hi, everyone. So, Evil Dick assumed his throne today, which is gross. Um, and I am, in fact, embarrassed to be an American because so many other supposed Americans voted to have something like that in charge. So, whatever. Um, if you're feeling a little bit, if you're in America and you're feeling a little bit grossed out, disgusted, irritated, worried, etc., about what the fuck is happening here, you're not alone. I have to remind myself of this like pretty much on a daily basis throughout the day because I had mentioned before, like I get headlines on my phone like the New York Times, and I have I don't know if that makes sense. I see the headlines and I decide whether or not I want to read something. And anything on Evil Dick, I have not been like, I don't want to read that, but like the headlines are just fucking gross. Um, it's just not a good time here. Um, but I'm still gonna get headlines and hope that there's gonna be less about that motherfucker. Um, I deleted my TikTok. Not that anybody gives a shit, but it's not like I knew what I was doing anyways on TikTok. And what really disgusted me was when it was the whole like they knew what they did, like they planned this, like we're gonna make it go out overnight and people are gonna get so worried, and like they're banking on people not knowing about like what this TikTok thing even was. Like Evil Dick brought this up to begin with, and now he's, oh, I'm gonna solve my own problem. They're gonna forget that I created it. And like TikTok is pretty gross because they're playing along with it. So I just deleted it, but I sure left some nice words on the part that says, like, tell us why you're leaving or deleting your account. And I hit other, and then I just said some not nice things that I don't regret. And I called them fuckwits. And that was probably the nicest thing I said. Um, and I felt really good about that. I don't even care. I felt really good about that. And so fuck TikTok. No, thank you. Um, so I just got on here to say, please don't judge me. I mean, go ahead. Like, I won't know if you do. You can judge me. Um, because this might not come out sounding nice, but basically, I'm just going to tell you what happened. Um, Alicia had gone to therapy today, and she said when she came out and she walked down the stairs outside, it was slippery, which it's like fucking cold here. Um, so she slipped and she sprained her ankle and didn't go back inside. Oh, hold on. I'm so sorry. Sorry about that. Um, so she didn't go back inside and she just decided to get in her car and start driving home. And like therapy is like 35 minutes away, but like nearly an hour when you're doing it like during rush hour traffic, trying to get home. And that's what she was doing. And she called me as she turned out and she was like, can you like distract me? Because she was feeling nauseous from falling. I'm like, then why are you driving if you feel nauseous? That makes no sense to me. So I talked to her about stuff, whatever, and tried to distract her. And then she was like, I think I might go to, um, the emergency room or urgent care or whatever. And I was like, for a sprained ankle, like they're not going to be able to do anything for you. They're just going to tell you, like wrap it or whatever. Oh, excuse me. I sorry about my mouth sounds. Like I just ate after not eating for hours. Does anybody know what this is? I am not a medical person. But like when you go like a while without eating anything and then you eat something and then like you get kind of phlegmy, like what the fuck is that about? All I had were cold noodles, like soba noodles. But anyways, what was I even talking about? Oh, the so she still wanted to go, and I was like, maybe she'll change her mind. So she gets home and wants me to take a look at her ankle. And I don't know if I've said this before, but like I am not good with touch. Um like when she would ask for massages and stuff, I don't give good ones, not on purpose, but because like I just don't know how to. No amount of practicing has ever helped me. Um so when she wanted me to take a look, like touching it gives me no information. Like touching like her ankle and that area, like I could see physically like it was visibly swollen, her ankle, like that whole area. But like touching it, I can't feel. Does that make sense? What is that? Is there a name for this? Like it's one of my senses that like I don't do very good with. Like I don't know, it's weird. Like I can't give good massages. Um, she hasn't said that, but I know she thinks it. And she still asks. I don't know why she still asks for them. But anyways, so where was I? She gets home, goes into the bedroom, we ice it up or whatever. And she said, she's gonna think about whether she wants to go or not. Meanwhile, I have been working on a fucking book for 2 days, 2 full days. Um, and I was like 30 pages away from like getting it done. And that's when she texts me from the other room and she's like, "Are you up for a trip to the hospital?" So I texted, "Okay." No, I was not up for a fucking trip to the hospital. I was not, because I wanted to get my fucking book done so I can move on to do other things. Um, I didn't say any of this. She, she doesn't know about any of this. This is why I'm on here recording, because I need to get it out of my fucking head. Um, my brain's not working too well. Oh, there I was. Okay, so then we were getting ready to leave, and she's like, "Can you drive?" And I was like, "Sure." Um, it's fucking dark out and I can't drive properly anyways, but yeah, I'll take my risks. I didn't say that either. I just said sure. And then like we walk out, she sees it's dark and she's like, "Oh, it's dark. Like I'll drive. That's okay." And I said, "No, I don't mind," even though I did. And she's like, "No, it's okay." So she drove because technically like her driving foot wasn't the one that got sprained. It was the other foot and she doesn't use that foot for driving. So, what's the big deal? Oh my God, I'm such an asshole. Um, I've had like, I've been so fucking irritated. I don't know, is this like PDA or something? Um, Basically, like real quick, in the past, had this happened and I did not know about my autism, I was like a petulant fucking child. It was very obvious. I did not hide the fact that like I do not want to do this thing. I'm fucking pissed. Da 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 da. I didn't hide it. And then I found out about my autism and I found out about like what um meltdowns are and like all this shit that I just kept it inside. And maybe I'll tell her like I didn't tell her any of what I'm going to tell you. Because that's rude. Like who I don't want to do that to her. Like, "Hey bitch, sorry that you were in need, but I really didn't even want to be there the whole time." I thought, and basically I thought it was a waste of time because sure as shit it was a sprain. But I'll get to that anyways. Um, so yeah, so we drive there. It's during rush hour still, and I'm not happy at all in the car. I don't say anything. Basically masking. Um, and I think she knew something was up because like I was quieter than usual, but like I was like, there's no way I'm gonna let her know exactly how I'm feeling right now because that is not going to help things. She's just gonna feel guilty or, like she bothered me, even though she did. I'm sorry again about the mouth sounds. It's been a while that I haven't apologized for this in like the longest time. But anyways, so yeah, we get there and oh God, like just wasting time. So she parks, like she goes and drives in front of the building and she's like, "I'm just gonna do like valet service." And I was like, "Okay." And there was like six fucking cars in front of her. We were in the car for a good 20 minutes. I laid back, I shut my eyes. I was like, "Oh my God, keep your shit together. Keep your shit together." And then she asks, she's like, "Do you think maybe I should go park in the garage? Because I don't know if they're out there doing it or whatever." And I was like, "I don't know. Like, you're the one that wanted to do valet, so like, I don't know why you're asking me." Like, because that's honestly how I felt. If you chose valet, then you must make the decision on whether or not you want to stay. Like, that has nothing to do with me, right? Um, by the way, I know that there's lots that I'm not seeing here, but I've only got my perspective, and my perspective is usually kind of limited when I am not feeling too good inside my head. Anyways, so she decides to go park in the garage, and I thought to myself like, "Ooh, that was a waste of fucking time." And she's not that bad at walking, like she can still walk on it. So we start to go to the elevator, and then there's this thing of wheelchairs, and you have to like call somebody for them to unlock the thing from their end so you can get a wheelchair. And she asked if like I wouldn't mind pushing her, and I was like, "Fine." But like I have leg muscles, but I don't have upper arm strength. Like I just don't. So it was hard, but I did it. Um, like I deserve a medal or something. What the fuck? But anyways, so we get into the thing, like we get there, she gets checked in. We're waiting in line for like another 20 minutes because of this one fucking lady was sitting there. There was only one person checking people in, even though there were two windows. And um what was I saying? Oh, and so like 20 minutes we were standing there because I don't know what this chick was doing. Like maybe she was brand new or something. Because it was just her and then one other person in front of us, and that was it. And I was like, this is just a big fucking waste of my time. Um, so she finally gets checked in. We go sit. And you know what's on the fucking TV is Evil Dick and his minions like celebrating and talking about all the bullshit that they're getting ready to do and blah blah blah. And like this is what's on and everybody is listening to it. And I'm like, this is like not what you put on in waiting rooms. Like put the fucking weather on or something. Like why? And then there was a miracle. It happened. It was only 5 seconds long, but it was still a miracle. Like the signal got lost, and as soon as like it got lost, a whole bunch of us were like, "Whoo!" because we didn't want to have to listen to that. And as soon as we did that, that shit came back on, and I'm like, God, man, I really should have brought my headphones. I just was not anticipating like having to listen to that grossness. So I distracted myself as best I could and just read a bunch of stuff on Substack to occupy myself. And then we get back there and she gets x-rays, didn't show anything. There's no fracture or anything. So it's a sprain. And I can't help but think to myself like bitch, like why did we have to waste all of this time coming here just for them to say it's a sprain? There's nothing that they could do except they wrapped it for her, and then they asked if she wanted to be out tomorrow so that she can elevate her foot all day with ice and stuff. And she's like, sure. And that's not even like, that wasn't even the reason why we went. But I was like, oh, great. She's going to be home tomorrow, and then I have to go do shit for her. Like, sorry, I know how this sounds, but this is just how I feel sometimes when stuff like this happens. And I know it started from being interrupted from finishing that book I was working on. I only had 30 more pages. Um, oh my God, was I irritated. But anyways, so 2.5 hours later, we're driving back home. And by we, I mean she, because I didn't drive. Um, and I was quiet again. Oh, the kids needed to be fed because like they weren't fed by the time they usually eat. So, I don't know. I was just like, this is an interruption to my day. Um, this is not what I had planned. And I think the most annoying was the fact that I thought it was all a waste of time. And yes, if it were me and I felt that way, I would, I don't know. I mean, ooh, this is one of those situations where I'm like, yeah, but if I do it, it's okay. But if she does it, no, it's interrupting me. Um, which is why I kind of feel like I sound like a bitch. But I didn't say, I told you so. I didn't say this was a waste of my time. Nothing. Um, which is why I'm saying it now. And I wonder if there's anybody out there that feels this way toward their spouse or like, somebody you're seeing. Um, maybe somebody you've been married to for like a long time, who you've been with for a long time, and like, I don't know. I feel like I should be supportive and like understanding, and I feel like if it were any other day, I would have been. Like, too bad this didn't happen Thursday or Friday of last week because I didn't have any work going on. I would have been like, okay. And I wouldn't have viewed it as my time being wasted. So basically, it was out of my control. I didn't want to go. I was pissed that she needed me and I wasn't going to say no. Like, no, bitch, go by yourself. Like, I wasn't going to do that. But, oh my God. So I just finished the book a little while ago and then I went to get something to eat because I've been starving. But, like, work has to come first. And I wasn't going to be able to enjoy my food until I finished that fucking book. Um, and that's the story I got on here today to say. That's it. I am just still a bit irritated. Because now like my routine is a little bit off. Like it's later than I want to do some things, but I'm gonna do it anyways. I didn't like any of this. I did not like any of this. Any of it. Oh my God. Oh my God. And then I'm sitting in there and like in the waiting room and thinking to myself, look how mature I am right now. Or at least on the outside. Like having to listen to Evil Dick. Ugh, oh, ew. I didn't say anything. I just did not say anything. Um, even though I really wanted to, I did not. And I did not um treat her poorly or anything like that. Like I asked if she needed stuff, blah blah blah. But like the entire time I was doing all of that, like I know I wasn't being genuine because like I didn't want to do any of it. And then we go home and she's in bed right now, propped up with like she got pillows and her legs up and she's like, "Can you bring me ice? And can you make me this? And can you do that?" And I'm doing those things. I'm still keeping all thoughts and emotions inside my head. It's not even registering on my face. Like I still got it, guys. I still got it. I can still mask. Not that that's something to be proud of. But like this was one of those all or nothing days. Either I was going to do that and just not say anything out loud and have a mini meltdown in my head where nobody knows because it's not like I haven't had hundreds of those before. It was either that or I could just revert back to being that petulant fucking child that was like making it very obvious and very uncomfortable for other people when I didn't want to do something. Like the world revolved around me or something. So I was not about to take steps backward and do that bullshit. So I just decided the best thing to do was to mask. And was it the best decision? I don't know. Maybe not. But I can't talk myself out of certain feelings. Um, like I don't experience anger a whole lot anymore. Like I feel a lot calmer since I've gotten a bit older. I don't do dumb shit anymore. Out in public like I used to do. Like I don't give people dirty looks or none of that stuff. Well, I don't even know why I was just started talking about this just now. What was I getting at? Oh, so I don't get that way, but then like when I do now, it feels like nothing I think inside my head or tell myself is going to make that feeling go away. Um, Not for a long time. Does anybody does that happen to anybody? Like I can sit here and like something can happen and I can like tell myself like not a big deal. Um, and I move on with my life. And I've been so proud of myself for not letting shit annoy me like it used to. Like there's a bunch of stuff that used to really piss me off and it doesn't anymore. But then like something like this happens and I felt myself fly into the fucking mini meltdown as soon as I saw her text. And I started like all of the thoughts came. I can't believe she wants to do this. They're not going to do anything for her. We're going to be wasting our time. I still have to wait now to get this fucking book done and get pushed behind on stuff because she wants to go and make sure it's a sprain. Like, when your foot is broken. Like, she's broken that ankle before. She would have known if it was broke and she wouldn't have been able to, like, walk or do anything. Like, I think part of it is because, too, a few weeks ago when I fell outside our house, slipped on the ice and I sprained my wrist. And that was like what, 3 weeks ago? My wrist still hurts, but it's healing. I'm like, shit, man, things take longer to heal when you get older. Like, this is crazy. But like I've been like moving it around and like I wasn't able to shovel. Aw, for like I don't know a few days when we had snow because like I couldn't push anything with my wrist. But I didn't feel like it was like worth going to the doctor for because I knew they weren't going to do anything for me. And so like I don't understand why she doesn't think that way too. I don't get it. But I know like my viewpoint and my it's not hers. She's different from me. That was something that she wanted to do and I have to respect that she wanted to go to the hospital and I'm sure a lot of other people would do the same thing, but this just happened at the wrong time on the wrong day. And I feel better now that I just got that out. And I don't even know if this episode makes any sense because I don't remember what I've been talking about word for word the last 22 minutes. Oh shit. Um okay. So I really need you guys to email me. There's got to be somebody out there, right? There's got to be somebody out there who gets pissed at their spouse when they get interrupted and have to go do something that they feel is a waste of time. I mean, shit, if this bitch like broke a knee or something, I would have been like, fuck yeah, like we're going. Like no problem. Because that's a serious thing. But a sprain? Come on now. Really? Oh, thank goodness she doesn't listen to these episodes because well, I don't know, but thank goodness she doesn't listen. So, yeah, so I need somebody to email me if like this has happened to them, if they've been pissed at their spouse, especially if anybody out there has masked, has been in a similar situation, anything that sounds like familiar to you from what I shared, please, please let me know because like these emails mean everything to me when people are like, yeah, yeah, I do this. And I don't get them all the time when I ask if you guys could, but like, please, please. I don't care if this is 2 years from now. Still email me. Email me, please. Okay. So that's that. A little bit of promoting myself, which I cringe at and I don't like. I have an autism one. Like I'm just promoting myself after sounding like I just did. Oh, I don't like that, but I'm gonna do it anyways because I keep forgetting to. But if anybody out there has just realized that they're autistic, I have um a cheap, not the content, but just the price. Um, Adult Autism 101 course where it's jam packed with information, terms, all kinds of shit, like everything all in one spot. Um, if you would like to check that out, it's only $50. And, because what did I price it at before? 100 something. And then I've been thinking, like, it shouldn't cost people a small fortune to learn about themselves. And so it's very cheap. It's $50. If you aren't quite like, oh, I don't even know if she knows what she's doing. I don't know if I want to shell out that kind of money. Um, Maybe it'll help to know that other people have been doing it, right? Maybe that'll help you. Also, um, if you're on the fence, I have like a mini it's like a mini course on how we think and why we make the choices that we do as autistic people. It's only 15 bucks and it's got 10 modules with 3 lessons. It's got like 30 worksheets, about an hour of audio where I don't always stick to the script. Um, did I say worksheets? I think I did. So, 15 bucks if you'd like to learn more about the way that we think and why we make the choices that we do. You can check that out if you like it. You could maybe purchase the other one if you want to. If you don't, that's okay. I'm really bad at this, and I actually just regret that I did all of that. But I do need some snack money, so you know, snacks are nice. Um, and I don't think I've asked this before, but if there's anybody out there that like wants me to talk about something specific, like some other issue about like, I don't know, something that I haven't talked about before, I'm always open to suggestions because I know that like I kind of screwed myself doing a podcast with this format, but at the same time, I don't think so because you guys know, like, this is not educational. This is just me, an autistic person, talking about things that are related to autism. And I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. Oh my God. Oh, I have a Substack. Do you guys want to go over there? You can read a bunch of my shit for free. Um, you can read a bunch of other people's shit for free too. There's lots of good writers. Um, Now I'm just rambling. So I'm gonna go ahead and end this episode. And I apologize for however this came out, but I do in fact feel better. So that's one goal achieved. The other goal would hopefully be somebody out there can relate to this, and make me feel better about myself that like I'm not just an asshole to my spouse. Like, ooh, and sometimes I feel so bad that I have thoughts like this because like there's people that would just drop everything no matter what their spouse asked, and I'm not one of those people, and that doesn't really sit well with me. But I don't know that I don't know if I'll ever be that person. Maybe if I get older I will. I don't know. um so I feel bad that I had these thoughts and stuff, but like also I didn't ask for them, they just happened in my brain. So is that really my fault? I don't know. Okay, I gotta go. Thanks for listening. um okay, bye.